Alright, I'm really just making this video to summarize life within one whole video. And before I even start this video, make sure to dominate and smash the like button. It literally takes 1 millisecond out of your day. It's not even hard. Just go ahead and hit the like button so that more people can see this. Because society and the way life is going, we're going down a downhill slope. So I want to change that because I don't know about you guys, but I'm not trying to have my grandkids. I don't even know where life is going to be at this rate because life is just honestly insane to me at this point. So I'm not trying to have my grandkids have a terrible experience in life. So make sure to smash this like button so more people can see this and so we can change the way society is going to a better place. Because let me just summarize what people really think life is supposed to be. People really think it's normal and that life is meant to be, oh, you're born into this world, then you get to experience being a kid till you're about 6, then you get forced into the school system, which no one really enjoys. Very few select individuals actually enjoy the school system. You're just forced into it. And then all of a sudden you get programmed into the school system because that's all school is. It's just programming us to work a 9-to-5 job. Why do you think so many people work a 9-to-5 job? Why do you think majority of the population works for other people? Because we're all programmed to do that from school. Like literally it's similar hours to a 9-to-5 job. They literally teach us all the same. Just like they're all programming us just like robots. You program robots by teaching them all the same thing. That's literally what they're doing to humans within the school system. And they teach us nothing that we actually need to learn. None of that information benefits us in the real world. Just come on now, use common sense. And they program us through the school system until we're about 18. Then most people feel like they're forced to go to college when in reality you're not forced to do anything. But, you know, through programming and all that, they feel like they're forced to go to college or because they believe college would give them a better opportunity and a better start. It really, I mean, it can if you make it that way, but people really believe college is the right path. So then they got a whole extra like 4 years plus of college, so more school. And then they think it's normal after school to go hop straight into the workforce, work for someone else, and basically just work until you're about 80, chasing a piece of paper. And then if you're lucky, you get to retire. But chances are you've probably been eating so much BS food that by the time you actually retire, you probably get bodied right away from some health problem. People really think that's the American dream. To basically be in the school system and then to work for your whole entire life and then to get bodied by the time you retire because you ended up eating so much BS food and doing so much BS to your body that your body couldn't take it at that age anymore. Like, people really think that that's normal. People really call that the American dream. What kind of dream is that? That sounds like a nightmare to me. Whether literally working until you're old as hell, working, only having 2 days off a week to actually enjoy yourself, and a lot of people don't even get to enjoy themselves during those 2 days because they've been pushing so much stuff back, and then that's not no dream. What kind of dream is that? And then by the time you retire, you don't even really get to enjoy your retirement, probably because you're spending all your retirement money on student loans or something. Like, what kind of American, people really think that that's the way life is supposed to be. That is not life. Like, what kind of life is that? And the only reason people think that's okay is because that's all they know. But I'm telling you, that's not how life should be. Like, you're literally chasing a piece of paper. When are people going to realize that money is literally just a piece of paper? Like, that's not how life should be. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what life is, though. Life is not real. Like, nothing's real on this planet. Like, I just came here to tell you guys nothing is real. Like, all the stuff you've been told, nothing's real. And the whole entire purpose of life, for anyone trying to find a purpose, everyone shares one common purpose. And that purpose is to experience life. Like, we all share that one purpose. Now, you could have multiple purposes, but that's one purpose that everyone has in common. And I'm here to tell you that life should not be what I just stated in the beginning. Like, that is not what life is. But let me elaborate how life is not real. Literally nothing is real. The emotions that you have every single day, they're not real. Literally all life is just an experience. Literally everything that happens is an experience that you're experiencing. Let me break it down. For example, good or bad, that doesn't exist. Good and bad doesn't exist. It's all just a perspective and an experience that you've labeled as good or bad. Think about it. You could have the same scenario. For example, let's just say a teenager getting a piercing. A teenager might want to get a piercing. A teenage girl might want to get a nose ring. To her mind, that's something good. But her strict parent, if she tells her mom that her mom's going to label that same thing as something bad. But it's the same scenario. It's the same scenario happening to two different people, but they have two different labels on it. So how could good or bad exist if if they have two different perspectives on the same thing? Like, it's one of those things that it's harder to explain. Once you just know it, you just know it. It's one of those things that it's more of a knowing. But if you get what I'm trying to say, then cool, you know, you can rock with it. But nothing really exists. Like, the emotions that you have every single day, you're experiencing them. They don't actually, you're not actually those emotions. Like, for example, let's say you're experiencing happiness, right? You're not actually happy. You're just experiencing that emotion because you were yourself before happiness came. And then let's say you won $1 million and now you're happy. Well, you're not actually happy. You're just experiencing happiness because you were yourself before that emotion came, and now you're experiencing it, and you're still going to be yourself once that happiness is gone. Nothing is actually real. You just experience things. Like thoughts, you're not your thoughts. That's why you can't control them. That's why when you try to control your thoughts, you just end up having more. Nothing's real. You're just experiencing everything. That's really all life is. I said all that to say that life is just an experience. Like, nothing's actually real. The emotions that you have, the thoughts you have, the things you go through, the perspectives that you have, they're all just made up in your mind, bro. Life is just, you know how they say basketball is like 80 or 90% mental and the rest is physical? That's literally life. Everything is mental. Before you do something, you have to think about it. Like when you made breakfast today, you had to think about whether you don't consciously think of everything. A lot of things you do is just from your subconscious mind, just instinct, like walking and breathing. But a lot of things that you do, you subconsciously or consciously think about it before you do it. Everything is in the mind. Nothing is actually real. That's literally all life is. Life is just an experience. You're just a consciousness experiencing life. And life is whatever you make it. Everything is mental until it becomes physical. And whatever you want life to be is your reality. That's how manifestation works. Whatever you believe is happening, happens. Whatever you want to happen, you create into your reality. Everything is a thought before it becomes physical. And then emotions kick in. And I just want to make this video to help people realize that nothing's real. Like, life is just an experience. It's just a rant to get off my chest. And people need to change the way that they look at life. Like, people, the way the society is, it's just going down a very interesting path that is very interesting, to say the least. People just care so much about followers and money and all this other stuff. People are so addicted to devices. But I feel like life is going down a very interesting road, and I feel like we should make a change for the better, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm not trying to have my kids in some robotic society, because that's the route we're going. Literally, we're merging with artificial intelligence, and life is becoming something completely different. So I need people to realize what life really is. Life isn't meant to, you're not meant to work your whole entire life. You're not meant to learn some useless information that you're never going to use. That should not be what life is. People really have accepted that and think that that's normal, to just live a random life. Just working for other people, not even living in the present moment. All life is really just the present now. Nothing else exists besides the now. I hope you guys realize that. The future, the past doesn't exist. The past is just your imagination because it already happened, and you can't interact with the past because whatever happens is already set in stone. There's no going back. And the future doesn't exist because you can't go into the future and you can't tell exactly what's going to happen. You might be able to think and plan a little bit of the future, but it never actually goes exactly the way you planned by detail to the T. The only thing that exists is the now. And the future, you could argue that it exists, but it really doesn't, because when you get to the future, it's the now. And when you're in the past, it was the now. Everything is just the now. That's all that exists. And people need to stop thinking that it's normal to live some random, boring 9-to-5 life. That's why I want people to realize, like, that's not how we're supposed to be living. That was life, basically summed up in less than 10 minutes. This was really just off the top of my dome. And I want you guys to I hope this got your brain thinking. Some of you guys might have already known all this, but some of you guys probably actually first time hearing about this kind of stuff. So I want you guys to realize that we're not supposed to be living this life. So I really just kind of want to live how we're supposed to be living. So make sure to share this video so as many people can see this as possible. Because literally, if everyone quit their 9-to-5 job, people always complain about how much they hate their 9-to-5 job, but no one ever does anything about it. If everyone literally quit their 9-to-5 job right now, they wouldn't exist anymore. No one would have that to complain about anymore. Like, everyone always hates their 9-to-5 job, but you're still working it. Like, why? Why would you do something? Like, life, you only live once. And you're going to waste your life always complaining about something that you hate? Why don't people finally just do something about it and actually, if everyone quit right now, if everyone quit their jobs and burnt money, none of that would exist, and there'd be nothing, we wouldn't have that to stress over anymore. I just want people to realize that this is not the life that people are meant to be living. So thank you all for watching this much. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video and it got you thinking, make sure to smash the subscribe button. Join the family right here. We just hit 3,000 subscribers. We're on the way to 10K. We're about to hit 10K easily. I say we might actually, we're going to hit 50K before this year is over. You know what? That's the new goal. 50K before this year is over. I know we got this in us. Make sure to share this video. Dominate the like button. Comment what you guys think. Comment if you guys found this video interesting. Comment what you guys want to see the next video about. And I thank all of you so much for watching this far ahead. I love every last one of you guys, especially whoever made it this far. And thank you all for everything. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Good call.